Hey guys, I'm Chris with Sir Links a Lot, and today we're going to be talking about press releases for SEO. Press releases are probably my favorite type of foundational backlink, and they are an awesome way to get backlinks from trusted, authoritative sources. We're going to be talking a lot in this video about what press releases are, how to use them, how to get them, and how to place an order if you're interested. So be sure to use the timestamps at the bottom of the page if you want to skip to something different. All right, let's get going. So what are press releases? Press releases are when you write an article and then give it to a service where they then go ahead and distribute it to a bunch of news websites and other authoritative sources. This happens all at once so you can get backlinks from a large number of websites all at the same time. And in general, the press releases allow you to include 1 to 3 backlinks in your article. Press releases are considered white hat, which means they're extremely safe to use and you don't really need to worry about breaking any of Google's guidelines. But we'll talk about anchor text a little bit later in this video and how you want to be careful with the type of anchor text you're choosing. Press releases are also no-follow backlinks for the most part, but that doesn't mean they're not good for you. No-follow backlinks can still pass a lot of trust, authority, and link juice to your website. But we still consider them quite different than something like a link insertion or a niche edit or a guest post, which are always do follow contextual backlinks coming from blogs. And we consider press releases more of a pillow link or foundational link. And in a lot of cases, they really can push your rankings pretty hard, but that's not really the primary reason we use press releases. We use them more for naturalness and a way to get a large number of links at one time, and to add some trust and credibility to your site. In essence, press releases are one way to show Google that you're a serious business and you're trying to let other people on the internet know about your business or your services or some news. And compared to a lot of other types of foundational backlinks like social profiles or Web 2.0s or citations, we think they're a lot stronger and more effective. So next up, how to use press releases. Press releases can really be used at any point during your link building journey. So you could use them down here at the very beginning when you don't have any kind of traffic at all yet, or you could use them pretty much anywhere along your journey, even when you're at your all-time highs and have tons of traffic. Just think about what a real company would do. Would a real company stop publishing press releases just because they've become successful? And the answer is no, they're going to keep publishing press releases whenever they have something important to say. So while we love using press releases down here at the very beginning of the journey, we really like to use them throughout the process. You could do even 1 or 2 press releases a year. I would say to be careful not to really spam them and do too many, and just keep it to times when you think you actually have something important to say or you haven't done one in a while. Like I mentioned before, when you get a press release, you can generally specify between 1 and 3 backlinks to include in the article. And in most cases, we suggest that people just link to their homepage with very natural anchor text. And by very natural anchor text, I mean branded anchors, URL anchors, or generic anchors like click here. So if we got a press release for Sir Links a Lot, we'd most likely include the backlink to our homepage here. However, we could also link to a couple other pages on our website. So for example, let's say we did a press release about how we just started offering a new service to our clients. So then we could include a backlink to our homepage here, and then we could also include a backlink to our niche edits product page over here as well. In general, just try to do what makes sense rather than trying to be spammy. Being spammy with press releases or being very aggressive in an SEO sense is not something you really want to do. These are a very natural type of backlink, so you should try to build them as naturally as possible. Otherwise, you're making something that's supposed to be natural into something that's spammy, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose. So first, you're going to have a newsworthy article written. Then you're going to specify which pages on your website to link to from that article, and it will most likely be your homepage and maybe 1 or 2 other pages that make sense. And then for the anchor text, you're going to be using very natural anchor text like your brand, your URL, or some generic anchors. And you're really going to try to stay away from using exact match or partial match anchors, as this could be seen as spammy by Google, and we don't want that to happen. And next up, how to get press releases. So getting press releases is actually quite simple. You can just go to the press release website and order. But the problem is that there are a ton of different providers and you might not be sure which one is the best, and the prices might be high as you're not ordering in bulk. So you can see here we've got PR Newswire, ereleases.com, newswire.com, businesswire.com, PR Web, and there's a ton more like Magic PR and EIN. But that's just to name a few. There really are a ton of these things. But the other option, of course, is to get a press release from a provider such as ourselves, where we take care of all that decision making for you, and you can just order your press release and not worry if you're having to get the right one. So now we'll talk about our press releases a bit and how to place an order if that's something you're interested in. So scrolling down our product page, you can see our press releases cost $79 each. You're allowed to choose 2 countries, 5 industries. It includes an AP news placement and a bunch of other stuff over here. I should also mention that it includes 3 backlinks per article. And the ordering process is quite simple. You just place your order. You can decide if you want us to write the article for you or not, and we'll kind of guide you through that whole process to make sure that your article meets all the PressWire's guidelines and doesn't have any problems getting rejected. Then we go ahead and submit it to the PressWire, and this usually happens pretty quickly after the article is done. And they go ahead and distribute it to all the different news platforms. And then after just a few days, we give you a full report, including the platforms your press release was distributed to, and you can check indexation in Google and all of that good stuff. Scrolling down to the bottom of the page here, we've got some FAQs, so be sure to check that out if you got some more questions, or you could send us an email over at info@sterlingsalot.com. And when you're ready to press an order, you can just come back up here to the pricing table and click the Order Now button. So ordering is quite simple, but I'll go ahead and walk you through the process anyways. Up here at the top, you just give your name and email. Here you can choose how many press releases you want. Here you can choose if you would like us to write the content for you. That means you can write the content yourself, but you need to be sure to follow all of our press release guidelines, which you can find here at the top of the page. And there are quite a lot of guidelines here, so be sure to read through this to make sure that you're not going to have any problems getting rejected. It's okay if your article gets rejected, you're pretty much just going to be wasting time at that point, so definitely give these a read, especially if you're in some kind of sensitive niche. Next up, you just give some stuff like the press release title, subtitle, the city you're located in, the state you're located in, your country, your time zone, when you want the press release distributed. Here's the place to upload your article if you were doing it yourself. Here you're choosing your keywords and your anchor text, and like I said before, be sure to choose natural targets, natural anchor text when you're doing this. Next up, you have a bunch of your contact information, and the thing with press releases is they actually want real contact information here, and they do check it. So you can't be trying to use some fake business info or fake name. Use real contact information, and some of this will be displayed. But for example, your phone number and your email, you can choose if you want that to be displayed or not, and we'll take care of that for you. Down at the bottom, you have your social media URLs, stock exchange if applicable, embedded quote if you'd like one, embedded images if you would like them included, a video if you would like it included, a website if you would like it included, a GMB if you would like it included, language. And then down here at the bottom are 2 kind of more important things. You can choose your industries for distribution, and you can find the different industries over here on our press release guidelines page down at the bottom. You can choose up to 5 of these. For example, education or environment or human rights or law. And then you choose your countries for distribution. So you could choose, for example, the USA and Canada. You can see your total over here on the right-hand side, and whenever you're ready to pay, you can just fill out the information and hit complete purchase. And then back to the product page over here, scrolling down here to the FAQ at the very bottom, you can see a sample report right here. And this will give you just a bunch of information on where your press release was distributed and things like that. What I like to do when I see these reports is go down here and click this Google button right here, and that'll just pull up your press release on Google and show you all the different places it's been indexed in. So you can see from this press release, we got about 62 indexed results that are on Google right now. And so there's actually more than 62 that have been distributed to, but 62 are actually indexed. It's also worth noting while we're here that you can see that this press release is done by EIN PressWire. We do all of our press releases through EIN just because they are the cheapest and the most easy to do. If you wanted to do the press releases yourself through EIN, you could definitely do that. You could come over to the website here. I'm on the pricing page right now. The thing is, when you come to the pricing, you see the cheapest they can get is $99 per press release when we offer them for $79. The reason this is possible is because we buy in bulk, and so we can sell them to you for cheaper. All right, so yeah, I think that's about it for press releases for now. My favorite type of foundational backlink. We talked about what they are, how to use them, how to get them, and our press releases and how to place an order. And if you need more information, definitely check out our blog at sterlingsalot.co. We've got a bunch of articles on link building and press releases in general. You could also search our YouTube channel. We have a ton of people asking us questions over there, so we've answered questions on press releases many times. And you could also join our Facebook group, SEO Roundtable. We're active in this Facebook group every day, posting tips and answering questions about SEO. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'll see you on the next one.